Hello, students. Today you should get your notebook and pencil out, math notebook and pencil, and label the next blank page 4.4b and 4.5b, linear equation word problems. So it is both. It's the second lesson for 4.4 and the second lesson for 4.5. In 4.4, we talked about slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. In 4.5, we talked about standard form, ax plus by equals c. We talked about graphing them. Today, we're going to write the equations. We're going to get word problems, and we're going to learn how to write equations in both situations. Feel free to pause the video at any time that you need to. So we're going to start with slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. This you don't have to write down for anything. We kind of talked about this in class. We've got the cost y in dollars, so the y is our money, of taking a taxi x miles. So x is how many miles we took that taxi. Here's our equation. So the first thing they want us to do is graph it. We're going to start by graphing our y-intercept, so it's going to be on 2. You also have to interpret what they mean. This is our starting point. This is how much money we are paying at 0 miles. This is our starting. Then we have our slope. We're going to go up 2.5 each mile. That is how much we're being charged per mile. So our slope is our money per mile. What I would like you to have in your notebooks is this part. So pause the video and write it down, and we're going to talk about it. So we're going to start with, I'm going to start with the number 2. I'm going to go with the initial amount or charge at the beginning of the event. We call that the B or the beginner. That's what's happening at the very beginning. Before you buy anything, before you do anything, that's how much it's going to cost you. The rate of change then is the M or the mover, okay? And that's our slope. That is how much it changes per mile, per hour, per month, whatever it is we're talking about. That's how much it changes. That's our change. So you're going to look for two things. You're going to look for that change, and you're going to look for where it starts, that initial amount or charge. You don't have to worry about these. We're not going to worry about those. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. Carla has already written 10 pages of a novel. She plans to write an additional 15 additional pages per month until she's finished. So we're starting with slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So she's already written 10 pages. That's her beginner. That's how much she started with. Then she's going to write an additional 15 pages per month. That per is one thing we're going to look for. So 15 pages per month. So there's our equation. But they want us to find the total number after 5 months. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug 5 months in for the x. So we're going to do 15 times 5. We're going to add 10. So 15 times 5 is 75. Add 10. After 5 months, she will have written 85 pages. Let's do another example. GameWorks charges a game console fee of $15 plus $2.50 per game rental. There's that per again. So slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Our initial charge is that game console fee of $15. That's how much you have to pay just to play the game. Then it basically says plus $2.50 per game. So 250x. So y equals 250x, here's my decimal point, plus 15. So let's plug 10 games rented in. So y equals 250x plus 15. We're going to plug in 10 for the 15. So 250 times 10 plus 15. I believe this equals 25 plus our 15. We have a final charge of $40. Now we're going to talk about standard form, and this is what I would like you to have down. When we do standard form, I kind of Dr. Seuss it up a little bit. AX is going to be thing number 1. We're going to be talking about two things. So thing number 1 is AX, BY is thing number 2. And C is going to be the total that we spend or sell or whatever it is. But that's the one way to look at it for standard form. You're going to have thing number 1 plus thing number 2 equals your total. I would write this down in your notes so that you have it. You've seen this example before, so we're going to do it again. We have AX plus BY equals C. So we have thing number 1. We are selling tickets, and we're selling 2 types of tickets. So thing number 1 is our adult tickets, 4X, plus thing number 2 is our children tickets, so 2Y. And then we get our total, which we sold $16. There is our equation. Thing number 1 plus thing number 2 equals our total. Here's another problem that you've seen before, but we're going to do it a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different. We did some other things with it. Thing number 1 is our bananas. Thing number 2 is our apples. So 60 cents a pound for bananas, plus $1.50 a pound for our apples, and we are going to spend a total of $6. Thing number 1 plus thing number 2 equals our total. Try one on your own. Go ahead, pause the video, figure out the equation, and then see how you did. You have 2 jobs. You earn $8 for each hour X that you work as a restaurant host and $6 for each hour Y that you work as a hair washer. Your earnings for the pay period is $144. Write a linear equation that models your earnings. So, $8 an hour that we work as a restaurant host would be thing number 1. $6 an hour that we work as a hair washer is thing number 2. And we earn $144. So 8X plus 6Y equals 144. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second. Well, I'm not going to stop. You pause the video, do numbers 1 and 2, and see how you do. Number 1 should be Y equals 35X plus 75. And I'll tell you, one thing that many students get wrong here is they write Y equals 75X plus 35 because that's the order that the numbers are in. But what I really want you to do, it's not right, what I really want you to do is look for this per hour, per game, per whatever, and that's going to say that that's your slope. So this is wrong, this one is correct. You're running a concession stand at a basketball game. You sell hot dogs for $1 and sodas for 50 cents. At the end of the night, you make $200. Hot dogs is thing number 1, sodas is thing number 2, and $200 is your total. Try it again. Pause the video and then come back and see how you do. The population of Pine Bluff is 6,791 and is decreasing at a rate of 7 per year. Now, this is one that most students get wrong. My guess is you have something like 7x minus 6,791, and you gave me that minus because it's decreasing. However, that is wrong. You cannot start with negative 6,791. You can't start at negative. This has to be a positive. Okay, I'll use red so that we can see it. What's decreasing is how much it changes per year. So that's going to be your negative. So your actual answer is y equals negative 7x plus 6,791. Be careful of this. You're going to see this on your homework and on your next test. Your soccer team is sponsoring a pancake dinner to raise money for a tournament. You estimate that you have 200 adults and 250 students attending, so that you are going to raise $3,800. Okay, your homework. If you have this lesson opened at from Schoology, the 4.4 to 4.4b to 4.5b, there's 12 problems at the end of the lesson. Go ahead, put the lesson in Notability and do those 12 problems. Please message me if you have any questions. Thank you.